Uh, Good afternoon, all on a Saturday. Uh, and I think I would request all the attendees first to have your microphones off and your videos off, please. It's a humble request. This is a total interactive session that happens between the key speakers and the speakers today. Hey everyone, my name is Govind. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer of Kuberan's House. Happy to be here along with our keynote speakers today and the attendees. We have some interesting topic today, as of today, which is about startup investments that happen during our MVP stage and during the traction stage, right? So, how important is it, and what are the emphasis that we need to have, and what are the various validation checkpoints we need to have in the sense of startups having these value adds will really help in converting their ideas to an investment, right? So Rahul and the other keynote speakers. So I would like to start introducing our keynote speakers and the speakers of today. So we have Mr. Rahul Navekar, who's been an entrepreneur himself and who's been a great representative for the startup ecosystem. Empowering, including Tier 2 cities, Tier 3 cities, through his India network initiatives. He's also been the founder of Startup Studio, which is also another venture of his. Throughout his previous stints, he had some great, exits in terms of the fashion retail space he was a part of, and tons of achievements throughout Rahul's career. And I think we also believe that Rahul cherishes food a lot. He loves sharing those, moments with the audience and his outreach. We're very glad to have you today, Mr. Rahul. Thank you for joining in today.
Thank you, Govind. I
Yeah.
one thing, I'm still an entrepreneur, and
Yes.
since you're talking about food, I'm on my way to Agra. I'm on the expressway, and
Right.
I bullied a friend of mine to get me something called a tekwa, which is a Bihari
Wow.
dish. So I've just
Okay.
finished two of them, so I'm in a very happy frame of mind.
Great, great to hear. Mr. Rahul, I would just introduce the other speakers and then I will address the discussion topic to you, right? Yeah. All right. We also have other speakers with us, starting from Mr. Sanjeev K. Kumar, who's a co-founder and CEO of Kuberan's House. Amazing set of stints throughout his entire, history of career in terms of entertainment, media, reality show initiatives over the past 3 decades. He's been a great visionary for Kuberan's House initiative, and he's been the pioneer to have the brainchild behind Kuberan's House. Thank you for joining in, sir, today. We also have Mr. Ranjit, who's the co-founder of Kuberan's House again, who is also empowering these initiatives through various, operations and other initiatives. So I welcome you, Ranjit, along with his current status. This previous stints has been around a great sector of, human resources that he has dealt with various industries. With his leadership roles in the past as well. Thank you for joining in today, Sanjit.
Thank you,
Um,
Govind.
we also have
Thank you,
Mr.
Rahul, for joining me.
Yeah, we also have Mr. Charan, um, who's been also an entrepreneur himself and has been a recent author. He also runs a company called StuMax, which is the student ecosystem platform for various initiatives, helping the student networks give them opportunities outside the student community to the industries, and also been a recent author of DAD, which is Do's and Don'ts, an inspiration from his dad and empowering entrepreneurs through his message. Thanks for joining today, Charan. So having
Thanks,
said,
Govind.
yeah, yeah,
Thanks for the introduction.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So I think I will straight point out the next decision on the discussion on the topic of today, which is very interesting. So this question and this direction is towards Mr. Rahul. Uh, Mr. Rahul, I would want you to start addressing, the key points and the key, notes and the key, requisites required for, successful investment to be converted at the MVP stage and a traction stage. So first thing we will do is how do we differentiate MVP with an investment ask, and then how do we define traction with an investment ask? so we can have this bifurcated into two different topics. Over to you, Mr. Rahul.
So again, Govind, honestly, there is no one size fits all for any of these questions, right? So what is MVP? Minimum viable product, right? Now that it will completely define and differ from sector to sector,
right,
and time to time. So if I look at a hot sector today like a edtech or a agri-tech, okay, the moment say a Byju's becomes a decacorn and crosses 10 billion in funding, and there's a lot of FOMO amongst investors that we need to have a edtech in our portfolio. And MVP can be, this is a working prototype. You have some customers, and we believe in the team. Here, I'll give you the check. And certain sectors, I will say, unless I have say 100,000 customers, I don't consider this to be an MVP. Okay. Also, what happens is there is no set definition of what is a minimum viable product. So a lot of people, so look at e-commerce. So when we were doing e-commerce in 2009 and 2010, the key metric being judged was GMV, gross merchandise value. Okay. Which was basically top line. Now, most of us, including us, were buying top line by giving ridiculous discounts to customers. So as long as I was giving a fabulous discount to a customer, I was having great numbers. Now, was that a minimum viable product? Nobody knows, honestly. Okay. So as I said, it's a very subjective thing. What is the minimum? Having said that, every sector has certain benchmarks. What most entrepreneurs don't realize is, whatever you do, your initial circle of friends will buy just to encourage you, right?
Right.
Okay. That is not a sign of whether it's working or not. Okay. So that's one. And what was the second thing?
About the traction metrics.
So traction again is, so I'll give you an example of again Fashion and You. When we launched Fashion and You 2010, 15 Jan 2010, we launched Fashion and You. Our first month numbers were 7.5 lakhs. February was 27 lakhs. March was 65 lakhs. April was 1.2 crore. That's what you call traction. Okay. Having said that, in certain sectors, you can't have that kind of traction. You can't have what is called a hockey stick curve. So, see, I'll tell you, most entrepreneurs know in their gut that the MVP is ready and the traction is ready. Okay. Sometimes, of course, you get a false positive, thinking it's working very well when it's not. Raising investment to a large extent is dependent more on your narrative and your timing than your MVP or your traction.
True.
So you look at the hottest exit of White Hat Junior, right? Right place, right time, great traction, and they got bought out. And today what I'm hearing is Byju's is sort of return of that investment, saying, oh, it was not worth. But for that point, they got that money, right? So it's to a large extent also timing.
Correct. Got it. So I mean, we understood the areas of MVP and traction for a certain extent, but how do we define it to B2B businesses and B2C businesses, right? Because from what you said, we incur saying MVP and traction is not the same, right? So when we go by B2B sector, what is the kind of initial traction and MVP investors look for? For example, you're an investor, right? How do we?
So I'll tell you, like if I look at Charan's Stumax, right? It's a B2B. He's acquiring colleges. Okay. Now, if he comes to me and says, Rahul, I have onboarded 3 colleges in Hyderabad or 7 colleges in Hyderabad, my immediate reaction would be, oh, Hyderabad is his hometown. He will probably know those people personally. That's not an MVP. That's not a traction.
Right.
Okay. So to give you another example of e-commerce, in e-commerce, in that era, we used to consider a customer as a customer only if he's come twice and shopped on the site.
Right.
That was a minimum viable thing. Okay. Right. So in B2B, if you have gone beyond your natural reach or your natural network. Yeah. So if Charan comes to me and says, I have 5 colleges in Gujarat, I immediately know that, oh, this is the traction because that is not his natural space.
Right.
Anything outside your own comfort zone, if they're buying from you and they're buying repeat, is a great sign.
Okay. Right. So you're saying repeat customers and the inclusive decision on customers coming back to you to use.
Repeat customer and also some margin. So you're not selling below cost,
right,
to get customers. Okay, that is a red flag.
True. And how far would you want to say have this seeded thought in the investor's point, I mean, in the startup's point of view, right? What I mean by that is, uh, how long do they need to show the proof? Is it a few months, 1 year to give them the confidence to
I'll tell you
invest?
honestly. Govind. As an investor, I personally don't look at these. I look at the entrepreneur. So if I look at Charan and I see he has that twinkle in his eye, which he always does, okay, I know that today or tomorrow or day after he will figure it out.
Okay.
We ask all these questions because we want to understand the thought process and the homework that the startup founder has put into this.
Right.
But I don't see most investors, especially in the seed level, right? MVP is at seed level, so it's a very nascent stage. Okay, and
Right.
I've never seen a plan go as per the Excel sheet always. Okay,
True.
so it's more in the founder. We ask all these questions just to get an idea of how much homework and a thought the founder has put into his startup.
Got it. Got it. And understood. I mean, that was a great answer because it's very important that you become relevant at the time you reach the investor with whatever minimum information, and then you kind of start having those projections to create that self belief both in the startup and the investor's mind, right? So I think that's very important. That the transition is very much important to be evaluated. Awesome.
See, Govind, the key thing I'll tell these guys here is when you're pitching, especially at a seed level, you're essentially selling yourself.
Correct.
And these are all fancy buzzwords, MVP, traction, all of that. If you are able to convince, and you have a very limited time, especially when you're pitching in a show like Kuberan's House, you have very limited time. Honestly, as an investor, I'm hearing all those buzzwords. These are buzzwords. I'm looking at you. So if you are able to convey with your entire body language, with your tone, with your posture, that yes, I'm the guy you need to write a check. We will write a check only on the entrepreneur, never on these terms, right? Numbers don't get you numbers. People get you numbers.
Correct. But I think we are taking these two things as a point of discussion for today's, set of
absolutely.
Yes. So having said this, Rahul, what do you also look at other investors, let's say in your own network, right? Because every investor is very different when it comes to what they look at in these two segments, MVP traction. You would look at it in a different way. What would you see your fellow other, investors, associates look at, investment as from your own circle, right? Because if it is a VC, it is a different kind of an ecosystem and, or decision made. When it's an angel investor, it's a different kind of decision made. So how do you want to kind of create a ballpark for these two, places?
So again, there is the hard and fast rule, right? Angel investors are by definition angels. Okay. So we are coming at a stage where there is not much data as such at a very early stage. Okay. And most angel investors invest into something which is an extension of themselves. So if I look at my friend Vivek Bhargav, he comes from an advertising digital mindset space, but he's also constantly evolving. Okay. And we are primarily looking to invest in ventures where we can help the startup connect a dot and become more valuable.
True.
Okay. So the entrepreneur comes to me and gives me something. My whole reason of asking him an MVP and all of these questions is very simple. How ready is this person? Okay. Just to give an idea of where he is in the journey. So after these two questions are answered, for an investor, typically in my circle, it's two things. Either you are not ready yet, so go back, do this and come back, or I'll pass, or I think, yes, now let's talk about valuation and we'll write you the check. So this is like a sort of it gives us a sense of where the startup and the entrepreneur is in his or her journey. That's all.
Okay. Got it. And how do you look at the VC's point of view?
So VCs will always look at it from a competition benchmarking perspective. So if you tell me that my traction is right now I'm growing 3x, but your competition is growing 100x, then you are doing something wrong, right?
Correct. You're not differentiating yourself.
It's not. So it's always contextual in this space.
Okay. Having said this, so Rahul, what do you think are the 2-3 metrics, that we need to, like, these are the well-defined metrics that would create, there are two questions from what I'm just saying is, what could be the key metrics that would be needed for a first-time entrepreneur versus a seasoned entrepreneur, right? That's something that will help the attendees today, because there are also some first-time entrepreneurs versus seasoned entrepreneurs. Because you said, Charan, you saw belief in him. He had some past history, and that's why you invested in StoMax, right? For example, how do you see it for a first-time entrepreneur versus a seasoned entrepreneur when it comes to
See, first and foremost is homework. I am still appalled at the number of entrepreneurs who come and they have no clue about the sector they are in. They don't have the data on their tips. So if I ask them a couple of questions, what's your market size, total addressable market, and they say, oh, I'll get back to you, then that's a red flag. Okay. Who are your key competitors? And if they have no clue, that's a red flag. So basically do your homework on the sector you are in. Learn the language of that industry. So what is this, right? When you say MVP or you say traction or you say CAC, I still meet entrepreneurs and I say, what's your CAC? And they have no clue what CAC means.
Correct.
Okay. So if you're in Kerala, you need to know Malayalam, boss. Okay. It's very simple. So if you're looking to raise money and it's a founder-driven thing, the founder has to also understand and learn the language of the sector he's in. He also needs to know the basic key numbers of his sector as an industry as a whole and his key competitors. So if he's in EdTech, he needs to know, okay, oh, Byju's, by the way, has been growing at year on this percentage, or their total addressable market is this much, they own so much market share, I am hoping to take away a slice of this. And this should be on the tips. You should not be saying, okay, let me check and get back to you. So the only key word here is one word, it's called homework and research.
Yes. Well said, Rahul. I think there are some more questions, which is about what were the learnings you can still pick from let's say I did an MVP as a startup, and I say I have great traction. That is my self-belief, but the investor said no. So you said there could be some things like are not addressing certain points what the investor asked, but what could be the other things that would matter to say a no or a yes, apart from that
I tell you honestly, what most of us think that investment is a very logical thing. It is not. At least in the angel space, it is more of an emotional decision. We have already, and most of us are not even consciously aware that we are doing this. Okay. What happens is typically when we meet a person, if I like you, I have already emotionally made the call to invest in you, and then I will ask my brain to give me the reason of why I want to invest in you. Right. Okay. So when that's the key. So it's the softer things. Also, I still find it very stupid when people are pitching to an investor and they have not done their homework on the investor. Today, thanks to Google and you can always, and it takes you 5 minutes to do a basic research on the investor you're pitching to. And again, you are selling yourself. So if it helps, if in the first 1 minute you are able to establish the connect with the investor. Okay. So suppose both of you went to the same college, or both of you are, love the same cricket team or whatever, just find a connect and you have to hook in the guy in the first 1 minute. Also, smaller things like, and I keep telling this to startups, how much does it cost you to get your startup name printed on your t-shirt that you're wearing? Nothing, right? And it's a small, it's an opportunity for them to remember your startup ka brand. Okay. If you have something to show, it is always better to go and hand it over to the investor for them to see your product. Right. Third, don't go rambling and, so I still I get surprised at kids who will come and try and give me data which I already know. So they will have 3 slides talking about the India opportunity. And I say, boss, why are you even telling me this? I know that I'm an investor, right? Okay. Third is understand that today everybody is very distracted. So you have to keep it simple, very, very simple. What's the problem you are solving? Why are you solving? And what's the total addressable market? Okay. Third and the most important thing is sometimes investors will say no for other reasons. Maybe the timing is not right. Maybe I've put it into, and I find it very dumb of a lot of startups But when they want to pitch, they will keep following you, they'll be connected to you, and then they'll sort of disappear. Because we have made this whole term networking very transactional, Govind.
Correct.
So what happens is whenever I do a thing like this or I go and speak at a public forum, I will get a lot of people following me on social media. And till the time they have a hope that I'm going to write them a check or do something for them, they are connected and then they just disappear. Right. And it has happened to me several times that I have said no for some reason, okay, but I've liked the startup founder. And later in life, I'm sitting with, say, a fellow investor like, say, Vivek Bhargav. And Vivek says, Rahul, I'm looking to invest in some agri-tech startup, which recommend kar de. And I say, you know what, I met this guy at this event, but now I can't remember his name. It's a waste, right?
Correct.
So the key is also focus. Decisions are not always logical. In fact, most of them are not logical at all. So first build a connect with the investor, do some homework on the investor, build a sort of a rapport, make them like you, and then you can go into all of this.
Right. So you're what you're trying to do is introduce yourself so well and get recognized that you slowly connect with investors, trades as well. That would help you communicate and have a good conversation over the pitch.
Absolutely. And especially in the short time that you get in such pitch fest, honestly, everybody loves good storytelling. So tell stories. Okay. If they like you, they will invest in you no matter what. Okay. And you will have seen enough stories of investors, like the legendary story of how Masa came and wrote a $2 billion check to Adam Newman in the back of a car in a couple of minutes, right?
Correct. True.
Now, did he even look at the MVP or the traction or the numbers? Because he was seeing a dot which nobody else was seeing.
Correct.
And
True.
I would also urge you to stay connected to the investor once he has said no. It's not personal. A lot of people get very upset that, investor has said no to me.
Okay.
He said it for that whatever reason, So don't make it transactional.
Sure. All right, Rahul. I think this was great in terms of the points that you indicated for the most important topic for today's discussion and coverage. I will move on to the next topic, addressing virtually addressed by Mr. Sanjeev and Ranjit, starting from Mr. Sanjeev. Hi, Sanjeev, sir. Over to you to address the attendees today to talk about Kuberens House initiative helping entrepreneurs of India today.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you doing, everybody? Rahul, how are you doing? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, Sanjeev, I can hear you. I'm on the expressway.
Oh, lovely. What did you have for breakfast?
I had something called Thekwa. It's a Bihari speciality, which I've been craving for. So
super. Because it's a thought process in Kuberens House. We are actually following your menu, what you have, and it's such a nice thing. Yeah. So we actually follow that. Yeah. So
yes, awesome.
I think this webinar is, there's more fun and more this thing because that's what I think Rahul would bring in. When he talks about the humanness and the kind of connect between a startup and an investor, I think it makes more sense. I think that is what is the basic thought process of Kuberens House also. It is not only about numbers, it's not about equity. It's about that there is a ethereal connect between the investor and all that. So I think that human element that every investor has and every startup could project to them is a very, very important factor. Because I go back to the time when I met Rahul and he was talking about this and he was telling that, even if I like that guy in terms of however he is, the startup guy, I would go ahead and invest. So I think that is the dot that is, Rahul was referring. And it makes a lot of sense because, we as a Indian, mindset, there is a different way that we look at people and business models. We go to a Kirana store because that Kirana store that guy, says, hello, how are you? And all that. So we go back to them. So our sense of this thing is basically there's a lot of interpersonal relationship that we always, value very much, Indians. So I think that's what Rahul was trying to say. It is very, very important that you connect up and, you present yourself well. And you're not just the idea, but yourself well. Am I right, Rahul?
100%, Sanjeev. Absolutely right.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So, Govind, is there any question or anything specific that you want me to talk? Govind? Hello? Is Govind there? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. So
Yeah, I think you have to unmute yourself.
I think, sir, it's about how parents are. Yes, yes.
Yeah, please go.
Yes.
Yeah, please go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Please. Govind, I can't hear you now. Hello? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
You are audible, sir. You are audible.
Yeah. So we can also give a brief about Kuberan's house.
Yeah, Kuberan's house is basically, I've said this, but, there is a new audience and there is Rahul also, and we've shared great rapport in terms of how we want to showcase this whole platform. And I am very much with Rahul in terms of, how we would want to do it, because it is not, Kuberan's house is not designed about, as a investment model or, a startup coming to and getting investment. It is about showcasing the person, the thought, and the thought process behind how an idea has been germinated and gets into the startup model. I think that is going to be a great, showcase for a lot of people who actually do not know that these models exist. I'm not talking about the, the ecosystems that which are already prevalent in the market and where startups are getting funded. I'm talking about those ideas, those seed ideas, which do not think that, they can become an enterprise tomorrow. So I think, this model, when it goes on a GEC and it is showcased to the world, I think it makes a lot many seeds come up, and that is the whole entire vision. This process is a very, very unique, although we talk seamlessly, because most of you here on the webinar are probably from the startup community or trying to do something around it. And but there are so many millions of ideas around in the market which do not know that it is an idea and which can get investment. I think Kuberan's house is that. I mean, we want to show the whole India that certain great ideas can actually become a venture by itself and get invested. So that is the essence of Kuberan's house. And I think people like Rahul, who will come on board on the show, will bring in this essence and tell it out to the people in the most simplistic and the most beautiful way that it can be told. Because I believe that there are a lot of things, a lot of ideas around in the market which do not know that they are an idea. I mean, that is where I'm coming from. I think as a model, Kuberan's house, when it goes out, I think that is what is the reach out that we would want to do. Was I clear?
So, having this addressed, yes. So, sir, having this addressed, I would request Mr. Ranjit to have certain other topics covered, which is about the process of Kuberan's house helping the entrepreneurs.
Yeah, sure, Govind.
Ranjit?
Yeah. So Kuberan's house is giving a platform for all the ideators and entrepreneurs, whether they are established or not, and are looking for investment for an innovative business idea or enterprise. So this is going to be a perfect platform for anybody to achieve their startup dream. So for this, we are going through a stringent process. From this applications we receive, we are going to shortlist the top 500 startups. And this will go through a stringent and filtering process, and they will be put into the Kuberan's House Hall of Fame. And each of them would be given a certificate as a merit. So post this 500 shortlisted startups, from this 500 shortlisted startups, the top prime 100 would be shortlisted again. And these 100 startups will go through a 3-day workshop, a physical workshop which will happen in Bangalore. And for this, they will go through a sessions of corporate, finance, legal, strategy, all these things. Post that, from these 100 startups, the top 60 will be final shortlisted for the show.
Right, Ranjit. So I think we have definitely covered the interests of the attendees today in terms of the most important topic that's come in, which is about MVP traction for any startup investments that you're looking at, and also about the initiative Kuberens House in terms of what Kuberens House stand for, how does it help ideators, entrepreneurs, and also the process and initiatives various where Kuberens House helps in helping the entrepreneurs take forward. With this, I think we will take some questions. So I think I'm just reading through the questions that's come in as messages. This question is to Mr. Rahul. Mr. Rahul, there's an attendee who's asking a question about how do we ensure that we can get an investment for a product or service that is not trending in market today?
So again, most of you have this policy that investors invest in products that are already trending. That's not true, because if it's already trending, it is already overvalued and overheated. We are looking for stuff which will, and honestly, we don't look at trends as such. We look at a startup, or rather the founder, and if we see that we can potentially get an exit out of it at some point. Okay, so if you look at, say, the hottest sectors today, EdTech, Agri-Tech and all of that, it's already overheated from an angel investor's point of view, right? I want to discover a startup where, and again, at the seed level, we are writing small checks. We're not writing very big checks, right? It's only a couple of crores at best. So we are looking at a startup where I can look at getting an exit at some point. It doesn't matter what sector it is in, unless I am a very sector-specific investor. And most angels are not sector specific. Very few angel investors are sector specific. And I'm again repeating, we don't invest in startups, we invest in people. Especially entrepreneurs like me who are also investing. Because we know for a fact that whatever you show us today, it will completely change by the time you hit the market or hit a certain scale. So we are looking at whether you have it in you to stick on and adapt as per the market. Yes, you'll get funded.
Okay.
So again, do not obsess so much on whether your sector is hot. Do not obsess so much about all this. This is all. Focus on, you are basically selling to somebody that I am the person who's going to make this happen. So write me a check.
Right. So, Mr. Rahul, there's another question around the startup ecosystem, which is they have an outdoor activity. So, Nikki, do you want to take this question with Mr. Rahul? Nikki, you can ask the question directly. Nikki Shribas, please ask the question.
Hey, hi, thank you. Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Nikki. So just wanted to know what do you suggest for outdoor activity startup? We are into camping, trekking, and arranging camps and everything. We have been certified well, but looking out for starting and making it scalable. What do you suggest, sir?
So, Nikki, again, outdoor in the pandemic, what has got amplified is people are now understood the whole value of outdoors and wellness and all of that, right? But again, this is not a sector which is where you can, make it to next Oyo rooms. Okay. So this is a niche sector. I would say focus on building a business where it is not about the hardware. It is about the software. And what I mean by that is if you're able to build a community of people, okay, who are into outdoors and who are all together with you because of whatever, promise, great experience and all of that, that database or rather the community of people will have more value than whatever hardware you have. So if you tell me I have this location, that doesn't have that much valuation. Okay. But you come to me and say, I have a community of 10,000 people who are all into cycling and they are a certain category. That will have more value than just you say I have an outdoor place. That's one. Two is in your space, you'll find a lot of strategic people who can invest in you. So think software, not hardware. And the game is community.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. And there's another question around Narparaju. Do you want to have this question addressed to Mr. Rahul? Please
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah,
Narparaju.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you, Mr. Rahul, sir. I was very inspired by the words you shared till now. And
Thank you.
Firstly, congratulate for the 3 billion startup ideas in the past 3 years. Well, coming to the point, sir. My name is Revan. My point of theme was Eat Well Moving Cabs. My project name was. I briefly about my project, sir. It means same as Ola and Uber cabs. My plan was to design a food truck, which means of taking a customer from X destination to Y destination while having a food on it. And this was the line of my project, sir. And based upon it, I was working around 13 months till now.
Revant,
yes, sir.
Revant, I would request keep your question very short.
Yeah, sure.
We cannot, because we need to give opportunity for other attendees as well.
Just sure.
Ask your question so that it can be answered quickly. Please.
Yeah, done, sir. This was my point, sir. Eat Well Moving Cabs, and this was a concept of my business. On that point, sir, till now I covered the case study of around 3K plus people, which include the professionals, students, IT employees, the other employees, government employees, etc. And based upon their case study, the people's review, etc., I till now prepare the target of customers, financial analysis, the level of growth, at what point the investors and level of growth, etc. All this content I covered, and I prepared and my thoughts. And my question was, what were the things to be learned and to meet the investor, and what were the things to be done to experience myself to go ahead. This question was to the Mr. Rahul, sir. Can you please elaborate it, sir? Hello.
Mr. Rahul, I will just summarize. Summarize.
What is the specific question? I'm not able to. Can you help me?
So I will summarize.
I covered all these things based on case studies.
Revant, please. Revant, I'll just summarize your question.
Yeah,
so, Mr. Rahul, what I'll just tell you what the question is. So, Mr. Rahul, what Revant is asking is, he's done a case study for around 3K people with his use case, right? So he's saying, you can eat while you go in a cab. This is idea, right? Why not have certain other activities? Yeah. So he's made an arrangement where you can also, it is simplified, where you can have your meal before you go reach out. You can have a breakfast or lunch or whatever it is, right? Before you reach to a certain destination. And he has done this case study, and it has a traction of around 3K people, right? So he's asking what should be the next steps for him. That's it.
Yeah, I pointed a few points to it, sir. Thank you for the briefing.
So for the next step, honestly, yeah.
So Revant, we cannot explain this.
Sorry, you're saying something.
I would request you to shorten this.
Yeah, sure. I was adding the points to the things you brief right now. That's all. Can I go ahead?
So are you making money per transaction, or are you making a loss? No. So on each customer, is he making a profit or is he making a loss?
We are making a profit on it, sir. I mean, take the case study of the people. So, for example, in the metropolitan of Hyderabad, I interact with the IT employees and the students, etc. Who are.
No. I have a very simple question. Per transaction, are you losing money or are you making money?
We are making money, sir.
Yeah, answer that question. Okay.
So it's a cash positive business, right?
Yes, sir.
So now you have to just scale it to other cities.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you need the money for then? Why do you need to raise funding?
To establish a startup idea on it, to move it, to make my idea into the business state.
No. Okay. So I would say you need to scale it up to a much more larger level.
Yes, sir. Exactly. The point was, it is only an idea state, sir. It was only idea state, sir.
Correct. I think, Revant, it's almost like a semi-pitching that is happening. I think we will not be able to evaluate over a webinar. I think you should, apply to parents' house and, let our team, evaluate it.
The things were already done, sir. I done with the financial analysis also, sir.
Okay. Have you applied to Kuberan's house?
Yes, sir. I applied for it, sir.
Then you will get a result on that and you will understand what it is. And we are also trying to put in information as to what is the wrong with the pitch and what is there, if there are anything. Okay, so I think you will get a mail from us on that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's too small a platform here on a webinar, on a call to address that very, very specifically. Let's have another question. Govind.
Yeah, sure. Hoping sure. Thank you, sir.
So I think again to Mr. Rahul. So the questions are around health tech, fitness, and education sector. How do you think these three sectors are doing today? Health tech, fitness, and health.
Again, I said I don't look at sectors.
Comes to the health.
See, all of them are hot sectors right now. The Indian ecosystem is such that any sector where you prove to me that you can scale quickly are all hot sectors. So it is a very subjective thing and it's a very generic thing. Unless I know specifically what the startup is on. And I'll again repeat, do not look at sectors and do startups. Do a startup which you feel passionate about and where you can bring in some value. It doesn't matter. Most of the best valuation businesses are basic businesses. Yes.
Correct. And based on the problem statement that we are addressing.
Yes.
I think these were the only questions I see from the list of chat discussions that are happening. I think we will have a hard stop in the next. Once any questions, please. We have still 3 to 5 minutes.
Please go ahead.
Take open questions. Anything to Mr. Sanjeev Ranjit on Kuberan's house? You can ask.
I have one question for Sanjeev. Govind, if you'll allow me.
Please go ahead. I would love to answer. Please.
Sure.
Sanjeev, because of your experience, it would be great if you can tell these kids how do they make up, how do they sort of weave in storytelling into their pitches.
That is the beauty of it. Rahul, I've been, you bring in such expertise into this. I think you're a people's man. Your DP today says, what exactly it is. So that is where you come from. I think, that is a very, very important sense that we would want to, share with the community. It's always is all about people and how you relate to them and how the deck is one part of it, your pitch is one part of it, the sector is one part of it, the forum you are is one part of it. But at the end of the day, it is the mind, the person behind the pitch, which actually brings in. I think there needs to be a great levels of showcasing. I mean, I always say that when Amitabh Bachchan is Amitabh Bachchan because there is a personality, there's an aura around it, and I think if he is not Amitabh Bachchan also, then there will be a great stuff. I mean, that is very, very important. An aura has to be created about presentation, and that is what is the sixth sense that I would want everybody to imbibe. Basically, it comes out of a certain level of confidence on an idea and the way you project yourself and how you reach out that to the other person. The confidence level of your thought process should be so very strong that it is very charismatic and very energetic. I think the way I've met a lot of VCs around and this thing, but Rahul comes in a very different way. I mean, that's how, because there is so much of stuff. I think there's so much to learn from Rahul in terms of how you project yourself and how you that makes so much of sense. I think every startup, every ideator should learn from that. I mean, it's very, very important about there is a very, very importance given to personality. Basically, that's very, very important.
Okay. Hello. All right, sir. So,
yeah.
Yes.
Have I answered it, or do you want to?
Absolutely. Brilliant.
Okay. So I think that's a very, very important factor. I think we are planning to do. We are taking the 100 top startups into a workshop model, and I have told the technical team, basically that you can have only 2 days. The third day is mine. Basically, what I want to take all these 100 startups into is the factor that Rahul was talking about. It is about how strongly you present yourself and motivation, enough of strength that, when they come in and open the Kuberan's house door and they see four VC sitting, the kind of, it should rush blood in terms of, I want to invest in this guy. Who's this guy? I mean, without even hearing out his idea, you should be able to create an aura around yourself, and that should be a very important factor. I think that third day workshop is going to be around that we would want to do, and we are trying to have some of the best speakers from the media, and also about character analysis, how you personality development and things like that. I think that's a very, very important part of Kuberan's house workshop. I think if all of you, most of you, I wish that you land up there, and it will be a great platform.
All right. Okay, this was great. Initiatives and discussions on. Any more questions, sir? Can we just take 3 questions more?
Hello.
We have a. Yes. Yes.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Do you have a question too?
So my name is Apar Gupta. I represent a startup Blue Vision Studios Private Limited. So my simple question is, so what is that X factor sometimes, because our startup has been recognized by MSME. In fact, it has just recently received an award that the most unique innovation in healthcare and wellness, and it has received several accolades and rewards in the past also. My simple question is, what is that X factor sometimes which is required to attract an investor, because we are working on something very unique. I mean, we are neither a pizza or a burger reinventing startup, neither we are a food delivery startup. So we are trying to work out a solution that can cure cancer at advanced stage within 24 hours without any chemotherapy, right? But even now, after having said that, I'm myself a researcher. I find most of the sorry to say that, but most of the venture capitalists or the startup ecosystem, they fail to bring that value on the table, rather than they're just running after the valuation. I personally feel that I think aside to the valuation, there should also be a value creation. I mean, if a virus can force a shutdown to the entire globe, don't the people think that, aside to biryani and momos, there are other things which are important?
No, I definitely hear you. We can definitely reflect and resonate from what you just said. I think this question
Rahul, sir, go ahead. First and foremost, great that you're doing this. I have a wife at home who has cancer, rare form. She's undergone 8 surgeries in the last 15 years. She's gone through chemotherapy. She's been more on the ventilator than off it. So it resonates. But first and foremost, understand, who are you to decide what should be the investor's motivation for doing what he or she is doing, right? Exactly. I'm an investor, I'm putting my money on the table. What reason I put it for has to be my call, right? Not your call. You can't decide why I should put money on the table. If I want to put money into a burger business because it will give me a great exit, I think I should have the right to take that call. While what you are doing is a noble cause, and I completely love the fact that you're doing it, ultimately the person who's writing the check also has certain rights. Okay. Investment is a business, boss. So while I put my own money, I also have what is called limited partners who have given me their trust and their money because they want to make a spectacular return on it. So this is also a business. So if I feel that a burger business will give me better return than a cancer business, I will fund the burger business. I will not fund the cancer business. This is not a charity, boss. There are funds called impact funds who only focus on startups which are doing stuff like you. So then my advice to you would be to go and talk to them if you want that. Now, when it comes from a valuation to a value perspective, the smartest founders are the people who take money from investors who bring value and valuation. In fact, valuation cannot come without some form of value. So while it is very sexy for us to diss certain metrics, my only humble suggestion to you, boss, while you're doing a great thing, don't put down people who are doing things which you think are not that great. That's the only humble submission I would have to you.
I didn't want it to, it wasn't to offend someone. It was actually in a round way. that I came across to few startups or the investment ecosystem where they claimed that they would be interested in the healthcare and wellness. When it actually came out there that their interest, I think you were right somewhere, but you have taken me a little bit either way. I'm not offending anybody. Of course, it's someone else's call. How can I, interfere in someone's call or business?
No.
My only thing is,
guys. So there is a discussion that is happening. It is not to offend or talk otherwise.
Yeah,
this is only the point of discussion.
The issue is that you put everything into one bucket. Although it might be the general tendency, but you will have to knock at the right door. That is very, very important. So what? Because when somebody invests, they have the right of wanting to do it or not wanting to do it. It is a business model, as Rahul said. But I think there are doors. You have to get the right door and knock at that. That is very, very important. You can't expect that somebody who's wants to invest in one sector or is looking at profitability as a model to invest everywhere. It can't be. A social cause is a social cause. You are doing a great job, and I think you should spend time and effort to look at the right door and knock it.
So could you please help me out?
I would request.
He's actually looking out for someone who's, looking to invest in some novel healthcare startup. We have filed several patents also in India and outside India. We are an intellectual property startup.
I would request you.
I think as Sanjeev said earlier, Apar, you should apply to Kuberan's house, and hopefully you'll get through and you'll get some funding.
Thank you, sir.
We are looking at certain models like that, and we would at least,
which are novelty.
The conversion will happen or not, we don't know. But 100% Kuberan's house will showcase your model to the world. That is a very, very important promise that I can give you. We don't know, because at the end of the day, we have no control on how the VCs come on board and put in their money and what they want to put in. But it will be a true showcase of your noble cause, and I think that is the way that we should go.
So recently, we have received an award from Shri Pratap Chandra Sarangi, who is the MSME Minister for a unique innovation represented by MSME as the most unique innovation in wellness and healthcare sector in India. But in spite of that, I was just feeling a little bit strained because I'm running out of funds and I'm looking for funds to take it.
Welcome to the world of entrepreneurship, Apar. That is the journey, my friend. It's a lonely journey. It's full of struggle, and all of us who are entrepreneurs have gone through exactly what you have gone through, Apar. So that's called entrepreneurship.
Sir, I'm actually more of a scientist and a researcher, so I'm finding a little bit, challenging here.
You have not even gone halfway. You have not even done in the 1 kilometer ride, you have not even gone the 100 meters apart. The real challenge will come even after the investment comes. How well you blossom and how well you take care of your investors in terms of how it is and how well you scale up is very, very important. So I think you should run the race right from the beginning, and you should actually knock at the right door. That is the first thing that I would want to suggest.
Apar, the last thing I'll tell you is watch this movie called, I think, Sorai Potro, if I'm pronouncing it right. It is a movie by Surya on how Air Deccan got built. Just keep everything aside after this call, go to Amazon Prime and watch this film. And then we can do a talk later.
Perfectly said. Perfectly.
I think this is great, and I would request Apar you to apply. We will see. We will definitely review it and give you a feedback or notify you soon. Right? I would request you to apply. Right? So I think this was great. I think we have almost run short of time, and we have great questions coming in, which will be answered via info@kuberanshouse.com. I thank and acknowledge all the attendees today. Mohin, do you have some question? I think there's a last question that we can take. If we have any, and then we close it.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Last question. Make it quick.
Make it quick for everybody. So my question is to Sir Rahul as well as Sanjeev, sir, that I'm into a fitness startup and I'm founder of fitness startup in Goa. And as Rahul sir said, we are focusing on building a community, in terms of getting fit naturally, where there is a lot of high people using a lot of, you see a lot of drugs and all those stuff. So, sir, would you be like to invest into a fitness startup, both of you all?
Mohin, same thing, apply to Kuberan's house. If you get through the process, then yes, when we meet on the set, we will answer your question.
Exactly. Mohan, this is a webinar that we are doing to understand and create. I mean, take problem areas of people who are trying to apply and who want to get into the enterprise model. I think you are actually pitching. So I think that happens on Kuberan's House, and I think you should apply and you should see how the result happens for you. But I wish you well. I mean, I think it's something nice. And also to Apar, don't get disheartened. I think you're still there. Don't get disheartened. There is, I keep saying that unless there are ideas in the market, there is money available. So it is going to be, it's a win-win situation both ways, and there is a demand supply both ways. I mean, if there is money, there is the lack of ideas. If there are ideas, there is lack of money. But then it is a continuous process. So I think you should not get disheartened and you should go for it, man. You're doing a great job, and I think you should, do it well.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the motivation, sir.
Yeah, you should. I mean, I'm sure that you will find forums for yourself, and I think it's a great thing. I mean, that one line which you said, and I know that Rahul's wife, we were talking about it, but that is what is the model, because money is involved, and when money is involved, there is heart is there, but then there is the mind, which is very, very important, and money should double up and triple up. That's very, very important at any point. So I think but there's still hope. I think you can do it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks once again. Thank you.
I thank all the attendees, especially the keynote speakers and speakers for today. We had an amazing session. I think one of the best sessions we have had today. And I request all, if you have any inquiries or queries, and those who are willing to apply, please apply to Kuberan's House. Apply your dream. You need to just click the button, and you'll have the process in place. If you have any queries at any point of time, please reach out to info@kuberenshouse.com. I thank Mr. Rahul and his time for spending on this session and talking to the attendees. Hope you had a great session, sir. And also thank Mr. Sanjeev and Ranjit for today's session. Thank you.
I have no option here. You guys are big bullies, so you always bully me for everything.
I'm wondering what you're going to have for lunch.
Yeah. I'll probably reach Agra and have some local Agra delicacy.
I want you to tag me on Facebook and put a post on that.
I will do that, Sanjeev.
But then Rahul sir, it's so great having you, and there is so much of energy. I mean, I think if some of the energy brushes on people around here on the webinar, I think it will be great. So you bring in so much of energy, so much of vision, and so much of that is a great part of your this thing. I think it was
Apar, don't lose hope. I think you are onto a good thing. It's a great cause. Just stay in the game. Don't quit, man.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you, Apar.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you
for joining in.
Happy driving. Yeah, happy driving. Yeah. If there is anything, please apply to kuberenshouse.com, and you can also get in your queries to info. Thank you. Bye. See you all. Thanks, Govind.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, Ranjit. Bye.